I decided to replace the existing rear door windows with plastic replacements. And the first phase of the sort of project to install those is to gut the door. And a nice byproduct of that is that you can save quite a lot of weight. So this video covers that exercise of stripping out the door. So the first thing I had to do was remove the door liner, which was had the press stud things holding it in place. I found that I couldn't lever the press studs out without potentially doing damage to the door liner. So what I did in the end was I slid a screwdriver, quite a sharp screwdriver, down the back of the door card, held it against the press stud shaft of this press stud, and then just hit it with a dead blow hammer and cut through the shaft of the door stud. If you know another way, I'd love to hear it. I tried using sort of standard, trim tools. No good. All it was doing was it would either bend the trim tool. I just could not get enough leverage, and if I did, I think I would have damaged the door card anyway. So I decided I'll just have to sacrifice all the studs and buy another set, which I'm going to try. I know I can buy them from race door cards, or whatever they're called. But I think I can also buy an equivalent set on eBay. Okay, so I did that. The next thing I had to do was I cut a slot using an angle grinder in the door winder so that I could actually wind the rear window up and down. And then I've been following the instructions in the Haynes manual, and the first thing it tells you to do is wind the window fully down. So wound it all the way down. Then you have to remove the outer seal. I'll show you that. So then I removed this strip that goes along here. You just prise it up one end with a trim tool, and then it comes off quite easily. The next thing you have to do is take this rubber out of here, out of the window, and to do that you have to loosen off this, and to loosen this there are 3 small bolts that go on this side. So hopefully I can get this too. So 3 little bolts that went in there and screwed into the trim. So you undo those 3 bolts, and then you can pull. You have to sort of prise the top of the rubber, which slips over the top of the door. You prise that up and just pull the whole lot up and then spin it out. So I've got that far, and that's where I'm up to. Now the next thing I've got to do is release the glass from the winding mechanism. And so far the instructions haven't proved much good, actually. So I should follow the instructions more closely. So that green piece needs to come up here. Okay, and now you just look through there. You can see the clip. Hopefully, let's bring that around. I think that's the clip just there. Okay, that's done it. Yep, let's push it out. Now I should be able to lift the glass out. So hey presto. Okay. Okay, that was pretty easy. Yeah, I hadn't damaged the clip for the window winder, surprisingly. I thought I had. Now there's also a reinforcing bar across the door which I want to remove as well. Yeah, so there's a couple of Torx bolts holding this on. So I'm going to just get those out. I'm going to have to put this back so the door shuts properly. I'll have to figure out, I'll need a nut on the other side or something to hold the Torx bolt in place, but we'll get that done. Okay, we're going to have to drill that one out. Alright, I won't record that because that's a bit boring, isn't it? There's no sign of movement in that bar at the moment, but I'm assuming that once I get that screw out there... Sorry, you haven't not seen that screw, are you? This is what I'm talking about. It's this thing. I've just spun the head on it. So what I'm going to have to do is I'll just have to drill it out to get it right out. But I think I need to put this back in place because this is part of the door shut mechanism, and I think it makes sure the door aligns properly. It's probably not the end of the world if I don't have it, but I think I prefer to have it there. Okay. I'll pick up again when I've drilled the thing out. Right, I've drilled the head off that bolt. Now the next thing is this. There's a foam sort of padding between the bar and the outer skin of the door, and it seems to be glued on there. So I'll have to find a way of I'm loath to use anything metal because I'm just concerned that I'm going to cause more damage to the outer panel. You know, the skin of the door. What would be ideal is a paint scraper. The trouble is they're all up in the loft of my my garage and I can't be bothered to go up there. What else could we use? Okay, this is the best idea I could come up with, which is a hacksaw blade, which is fairly flexible. So it comes down here. Oh. Okay, that seems to have done it. Yeah. Yeah, man. Okay, so okay, these are both T40s. That one at the bottom, which held the shut guide, that's a T40 as well. When I tried a T30, that wasn't right. So don't try a T30, they're all T40s. Okay, that's pretty heavy actually. Might be worth seeing exactly what we've saved so far. Let's see if we can do that. 400 grams. 408. The second one. 240, so that's 648. Another 450. So that's 648, 1,098. 1.1 kilos. Chuck in a couple of bolts for good measure. Yeah, it is 1.1 kilos. So that's a worthwhile saving. Let's see if we can find the weight difference on the window itself. Weighs, yeah, 1960 something. 1968, yeah, about 1970. Well, let's say 1200. So it's another 700 grams saving there. Not as much as actually taking the guts out of the door, which is surprising. But, 700 grams both sides, that's another 1.4 kilos. That's got to be worth having. Right, so fiddled around with the door enough. I've removed what I can of this stuff just with a sharp knife. I could remove this sound deadening stuff, the tar stuff that you get on the floor, but I'm not going to get into that. That's going to take me too long and I haven't got time.